Hey guys, it's Keel. I have a question for you. How many of you have been to a performance, whether it's like a theater production, a sporting event, any kind of a live performance of something that involves a hobby of yours, a passion of yours, or you've watched a television program on a cooking show, and then whatever the final product is, you've said the following: I can do that. Or maybe you've even said, I can do that better. Well, I believe you. And that's what I'm here today to do, is to help you actually move in that direction to achieve that. And the biggest takeaway is you gotta just do something. You gotta get started. What you don't see is that I fail on any one of these videos. I know it's gonna come as a shock because the production value is probably shit, but I do probably 30 to 40 takes of these videos before I actually make it all the way through without screwing up. And that, when I was sitting here thinking about how to get started in this, I'm like, that is how you get started. You just do. So whatever it is, you just gotta start and let those creative juices flow and let that guide you in a direction. And then if you get off course, learn from it and get back on course. Henry Cartier-Bresson, I love his quote because it motivates me through life and what I try and do here on these videos. He's a famous photographer from the 1900s. And he had a quote that is literally the most freeing quote when it comes to creativity and doing what you want to do, when you can actually internalize it. And that quote is, because he was a photographer, is your first 10,000 photographs are your worst. And why I love that is because in my mind, it frees me up to just suck. It frees me up to put out content, try, and realize that I don't care if people, and nor should you, if you're doing things that people hate on you or think they're stupid or nobody watches your videos or whatever it is, because you're in that, what's this, my 10th video? Maybe 11th? I don't know. That still means if I have to get through 10,000 before I start producing valuable content, that I still have 9,990 more videos before you should really give a shit about that I'm actually putting out good content. But I have to get through those reps. I have to get through those videos and those attempts. And that's so freeing. So what is it that you want to do? What is it that you've seen and gone, I can do that better than that person, or I can do it as well as that person, or why am I not on TV doing this? Or why am I not, out baking and cooking or playing professional sports? And honestly, the answer is you're just probably not doing the reps, so do them. And it's just, you gotta be aware that there's opportunities that they're not always gonna be as blatantly obvious as you think. Don't be arrogant and think that it always has to be some grand thing. If I'm in the gym and someone goes, hey, your brother said, you talk about, personal motivation and blah, blah, that's a rep. I now have an opportunity to engage with that person and talk to them and learn from them and kind of work out my thoughts. But if I was just like, oh yeah, check out my videos online and missed it, dude, I missed a rep. So have the humility to just take in the universe and go, where are opportunities for me to learn? And they're not always gonna pound you right in the forehead. I've read books that had nothing to do with leadership or personal motivation or public speaking that I have learned a ton from that helped me here. Or I've been to my kids' preschool graduation, and the way a kid says something, a teacher says something, I'm like, dude, that is an awesome way to do that or present that. So be open, keep your eyes open and ears open, quit putting your head down on your phone, and just, the universe is speaking to you. There's things out there and ways that you can take to make you better at your craft that you're not gonna catch if you have your head down. So keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel and look for those, but realize that you gotta get through 10,000 failed reps before you're putting out content that people want. And that's so freeing, so do. So today, whatever it is that you've thought of and you've gone, you know what, I can do that. Do it. The book of the month is, I love it. It's called The Power of Broke. And this is the first time I'm recommending a book that I haven't even finished yet. I started it yesterday. I should finish it today because it's amazing. I can't put it down. But I read Damon John's other book, Rise and Grind. Also recommend that. But this book was speaking to me. It's filled with examples of people that saw things and were like, dude, I can do that. And then just did it. And it wasn't, there's one that I love. It was a singer in Nashville. She's trying to make it as a singer. She's working at, cleaning homes and working at Red Lobster. And then one day her brother calls her from Manhattan. He worked in Wall Street. And he's like, hey, I just had a cupcake. And this is before cupcake stores were a commonplace in this country. And he's like, you make better cupcakes than this. I remember growing up, you'd always bake them. they're selling them for this crazy amount. Like, you should do this. And she sat there and she was like, why not? So she started researching new recipes. She was just baking all the time. She was giving cupcakes away to the school and people just to like get those reps in. Well, guess what? 5 years later, she's making $35 million a year. She's got 100 stores in 24 states. And that's just one example. And it's just people, and I know you do it. I know there's things you've seen in your life, whether, like I said, on TV or in person, where you're like, I can do that. And you're right. That's what drives me. I would watch TV, I'd watch motivational speakers, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, all these people that I look up to. And I was like, dude, I can do that. Like, that's what burns in my heart. And so therefore, I have one that I'm gonna share with you, extremely personal of mine. And I love Ellen DeGeneres. I think what she's doing in this world is fantastic. She's a person that, she's not political in the sense on her show. She's just out there every day trying to make the world better, trying to make people feel happy and move society in a positive direction. And I love that. And at the end of her show, a lot, she'll have, a hero, or she'll have like somebody that did something amazing that improved society, even on a small scale, like onesie-twosie people. And I watched her show and I said that exact thing. I was like, I can do that. Like, what burns in my heart is to help people. I don't charge a fee. I'm literally recording videos in my living room right now because I know in my heart that there's somebody out there that I can motivate. And so I came up with a goal 2 years ago that I've shared with like maybe 3 people that I'm gonna put on the internet. So when it happens, I can go, see, if you keep your head down, you can actually make this stuff happen. And I'm gonna end up on Ellen. So I made this little note. If anyone knows her out there, let her know. Dear Ellen, I'll see you soon. And I put the date, it's the 23rd of January on 2020. And here's the thing though, I haven't earned that seat on her couch yet. I have 9,000 more reps to go. I gotta keep putting out content. I gotta keep, speaking where I can speak. I gotta keep talking to people. I gotta keep learning, keep my head down, keep driving. But that's going to happen. Like, I believe it in my heart that is gonna happen. And like, to the point where I talked about in the goal video where, it's so vivid. I literally will, during the day, like when I'm like trying to like, dude, I'm getting tired. I'm like, gotta get through this book, gotta keep reading, gotta keep learning, gotta keep working out. I will visualize like walking out on her show and I'm like, do I dance? Cause the switch is over here and Twitch is over here and she's over here. And I'm like, do I dance? And how big is that crowd? Is it really what it looks like on TV, or is it bigger or smaller? And then, I'm sitting on a diagonal on her couch. What's the couch feel like? And like, it's the box that everybody jumps out. It's like, I go through all of that in my mind. It's like the law of attraction. Like, I think about it, like, cause it's going to happen. Like, I believe it in my heart that if I keep my head down and I keep working, that I can do that. And it's just because I had that simple image of like watching somebody and going, that's awesome, and I can do that too. So there's things daily that I promise you, like, think about it. What have you seen or what have you experienced that in your heart you're like, I know I can do that? But those barriers, those artificial barriers in your mind have stopped you, whether it's you think you need funding or you think you need, a facility or, all these hours in a day. It's like, no, that's bullshit. Just make content. Just do it. If you want to make the best cupcakes, dude, bake your ass off. But just bake and fail. Learn, keep going, keep progressing, and eventually it's going to click. It's got to click. I believe the universe does that. Just like I believe that I will someday be sitting on that couch, on that diagonal, staring at Ellen and just being like, holy shit, I made this work. And I believe it in my heart. But I got to earn it. And I got to earn it every single day because I'm not there yet, but I'm coming. And I know you're in the same boat. Like, whatever it is in your heart, you can actually do it. So just make progress, take action, quit forgetting you need funding or, facility, like I said, all that. No, you don't. You need to just do. So what is it today, or what is it in your life that you know that you can actually do, but you're putting these artificial barriers, and just take one step. Assess, take another step, and just keep doing that every day. And your ass is gonna make it. And just like I'm gonna make it. So thank you for watching. Again, this is the 11th photo out of my 10,000. I'll keep making them and we're gonna get there together. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Keel's Corner. If you like it, please do subscribe or send this to anybody that you think that I can help. Like I said, I don't charge for a service. I'm literally just doing this because I think that it's something that I can offer this world, is to help people, and I love doing it. So thank you so much for your time and watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time.